Hey guys, welcome to the first video on this new DW football channel. In today's video, we will be taking 8 of the best international squads, putting them into 2 groups, followed by semi-finals and a final, to see which nation has the most prosperous future in international football. If this is the first time you're seeing me at all, subscribe to any of my channels. I've just released a football channel and a wrestling channel, as well as my main channel. Go subscribe to all of them, all the ones that you are interested in. It's free, you can unsubscribe afterwards, and all that jazz. So for pre-group stage analysis, I'm going to pass you on to the official host of the DW Youth League, Dylan White.
Yes, thank you, Dylan, for that amazing introduction. It's almost like we're the same person. Yes, my name is Dylan White, and today I will be breaking down all of the tournament's features. I've got guests alongside me as well. We've got Steve Stevens and Jeff Murphy here to break down the action with us. So, Steve, I'm going to come to you first. There's 8 teams in the tournament. We've seen them all, seen the squads. Who do you think the best team is going into this tournament? Who do you think is going to win the entire thing?
Well, when you look at the lineups, you can't look anywhere apart from France, the recent winners of the World Cup. They've got players like Osman, Edouard, they've got Kylian Mbappe, the key player of the entire tournament, the player that everyone's going to be looking out for. I can't see why France won't be able to go on and win this. And they're going to really set up, it's going to be a fantastic competition.
Okay, so Steve's got France. That's a good pick. I think that's a solid option. Jeff, we're going to come to you now. Who do you think is going to win? Jeff, your mic's off.
Oh, sorry, Dylan. You know, it's like the missus, fiddling around with my equipment and stuff. 3 lines all the way. I'm wearing the shirt. I'm representing my team, my nation. All right. Yeah. England doing it.
Well, no matter what's going to happen, I think it's going to be a cracking tournament anyway. We're going to stick with you, Jeff, for a second, because we're going to go through Group A. So you've got your team, England. You've also got Germany, Argentina, and Portugal. How do you think England are going to fare against those kind of teams?
Trust me, Dill. Don't need to think. We're going to beat the Argentinians. We're going to smack up the Germans. We're going to embarrass the Portuguese. 1, 2, 3, nicely done. England all the way to the final, winning this thing.
Okay, Jeff, so you're clearly confident in England. We'll go back to you now, Steve. Looking at the teams in Group B, you've got France, Spain, the Netherlands, and Brazil. Who do you think, what are you going to be focusing on going into this tournament?
Well, looking at Group B specifically, you've got the likes of Netherlands, Spain, France, my pick, and then you've got Brazil as well. Brazil and Argentina in their respective groups are really going to make a statement, because all the other teams are European. So they're going to be able to stand out and go, you know what, South America, we're doing it for our continent, proving that we are the dominant footballing nation still. They've got a combined 9 World Cups in between them, so they're really, really dominant. They're going to want to prove that they've still got what it takes to be the dominant team in the future. And you've got Spain and Netherlands as well, teams that were in the 2010 World Cup final. And when you think about it, you've got to think there's still going to be that animosity there. Netherlands really deserve to win that match, but Spain was just that bit better. 11 years later, we're going to see how the 2 teams fare against each other. Because remember, for a lot of these guys, that final was in their childhood. So really going to take that moment back and really stamp it into something. But, the entire thing, it's so exciting. And I think it's going to be a fantastic competition.
Right, okay, well, I hope you guys are looking forward to this one like we are in the studio. To pass on now to our narrator, who's going to read out the group game scores. Passing on to Dylan White.
DW Youth League, Group Game 1. Group A. Argentina 0, Portugal 2. Germany 0, England 2. Group B. Brazil 0, France 3. The Netherlands 0, Spain 1. DW Youth League, Group Game 2. Group A. England 1, Portugal 1. Germany 3, Argentina 1. Group B. The Netherlands 1, Brazil 1. Spain 0, France 2. DW Youth League, Group Game 3. Group A. Argentina 1, England 2. Portugal 3, Germany 2. Group B. Brazil 1, Spain 2. France 2, the Netherlands 0.
Okay, so now we have the final 4 teams in the DW Youth League. We've got Portugal and England coming from Group A, and we've got France and Spain coming from Group B. We're going to come to you first, Jeff, since England, your team, are in Group A. How impressed were you with England's performance, and how do you think they're going to fare going into the rest of the tournament?
Look, we did exactly what I said we was going to do. We beat Argentina. We beat Germany. Okay, we didn't exactly beat Portugal, but that's the rest fault. You should hold accountability for that. But whatever's going to happen now, from now on, it's England's show. We're going to dominate. Football's coming home. 3 lions on a shirt.
Yeah, you hold a very solid point there. We're going to come to you now, Steve. Your pick from the beginning was France. Talk to me about how you feel after France's dominance in the group stage.
Well, then, when you look at things and you got to think, how is the best way to judge things? And there's one thing that doesn't lie, and that's stats and facts. Yeah. And then just looking at the table and how France have done, they've dominated the field completely. 3 games, 3 clean sheets, 3 wins, 7 goals scored. You know, no one has been able to break down France yet. Edouard, as I focused on early on, has really set the stage. Top goal scorer at the moment, 4 goals, really kicking off. And, you know, up to this point and going forward, the whole thing is just a fantastic competition.
So with the group stage out of the way, we can now move on to the semi-final bracket. And as we know, it's going to be formatted in the following order. So the winners of Group A, Portugal, are going to be up against the runners-up of Group B, Spain, and then vice versa. The winners of Group A, France, are going to be up against the runners-up of Group B, England. There are 2 legs, 1 home, 1 away for both teams. And then there'll be 1 match in the final at the end, which takes place at the San Siro. So to come back in with the semi-final scores, I'm going to pass it on to our narrator, Dylan White.
The DW Youth League semi-finals, leg 1. France 1, England 3. Portugal 0, Spain 2. The DW Youth League semi-final, leg 2. England 3, France 1. England wins 6-2 on aggregate. Spain 1, Portugal 2. Spain win 3-2 on aggregate.
Well, there we have it. The final of the first ever DW Youth League is now set up. It is going to be England versus France. We're going to come to you first, Steve. Your prediction, France, was the main focus after coming out of the group stages. Are you surprised about how dominant England were against France?
Well, whoa. I'm going to stop you right there, son. I always knew that France were going to crumble to our wonderful young talent. There is no group of lads that can match our ability. We have the 2 leading goal scorers in Calvert-Lewin and Jadon Sancho. Spain are really going to struggle against us in the final. They've got no chance. We're going all the way. We're going all the way to Wembley.
Well, I can only apologise for the lack of visuals there from Jeff's screen. He's clearly so incoherent that he doesn't know how to turn on a screen. And can somebody please tell him that the final's in San Siro, not Wembley? As you were saying, Steve.
Well, as I was saying, before they met England, France were a dominant team. They were the favourites to win the whole thing. But then, you know, England showed that they're a different class, like Jeff's been saying. You know, the players really showed up. They had a really good tournament up until the French game. But you thought the French were going to have that step higher. But proven not to be. 6-2 winners, England. I can see England going all the way here. But you've got to watch out for Spain. Spain have got players at Yarzabal. So it can go either way, really.
Well, thank you, Steve. It's been a pleasure to run this along with you, as well as Jeff. So that's it. This is it. The final of the DW Youth League, the first ever one. Spain versus England. To now show the highlights of the final, we're going to pass it on to the commentators, Derek Ray and Lee Dixon.
The big story, Jadon Sancho. In fantastic form and leading the competition in goals. Stay with us on EA TV. Well, no doubt about it, the nerves have been jangling in the last few days, but very soon the wait will be over. I'm Derek Ray, joined by Lee Dixon in the commentary box, and we're just seconds away from kick-off in what promises to be a thrilling finale. It's England, and they take on Spain.
Hi, Derek. Well, it's been a long journey for both these teams, hasn't it? It's not been an easy road for them, but all those players out there will be looking forward to this 90 minutes, a cup final, trying to make history for their clubs. The manager will be saying to them, keep your cool, don't make any silly mistakes, and let's see if we can put a trophy in that cabinet. Looking forward to this.
This is how the starting lineup looks today. We're thinking 4-3-3.
Yeah, one central striker, Derek. The width comes from the wingers who will stay high and wide. A very narrow midfield and a conventional back four.
This is what they'll be facing today. The tactical battle is going to be highly instructive. 4-3-3 on one side and 4-3-3 on the other, Lee.
Well, when you match systems up, it's all about individuals, who can get the better of the player you're playing against. And in this formation, certainly the wingers are going to be key on either side. And the lone striker, when the balls come in the box, he needs some support from one of those three midfield players making runs into the penalty area.
Mount. It looks promising. Might take the lead. And a goal! 1-0 it is. They've been pushing for the opener and now they have it.
Well, as we can see, if a striker is free in the box and the great ones just stand still, they know chances will come in that position, and he wasn't disappointed.
Slightly different vantage point in terms of the goal that was scored. Guevara. Moving the ball nicely, trying to carve out the equaliser. Eric Garcia. No, not the best challenge. Well, it was a very good-looking move, but alas, no end product. Plenty of forward momentum here, but can they produce? And a useful cross. Oh, good chance, but he couldn't take advantage of it. Joe Gomez. Rice with it. Foden. Fikayo Tomori. And Mount. At times they make passing look easy. Saka. And Rashford. Terrific block. Corner kick played in. Well, he had the measure of it, the goalkeeper. Another corner. And now the delivery. There it is! 2 to the good now, and that gives them a buffer.
Well, here's the replay, and it's a dangerous set piece into the box, and he gets up for the header, and quite frankly, it's a lovely finish. Brilliant goal.
Well, the goal again, albeit from a different angle. Dani Olmo. Oyarzabal. And Torres on the ball. Well, you can sense the threat is there. Getting forward. Might be dangerous. Dani Olmo. This looks promising. Guevara. That's not a bad ball. Oh, really commanding goalkeeping. Declan Rice. Phil Foden now. Foden. Played into the box. Rice. Well, if only he had timed his run slightly better. Offside. Only 10 minutes remaining here. Dani Olmo. And tidily played. Useful looking position, you've got to say. I must admit, I thought he was going to score with that header.
Yeah, it was a quality cross and he gets up well and it's just wide.
Foden. Foden. Here's Mount. Rice. Here's Abraham. Will he play it in? Alexander-Arnold. Alexander-Arnold. Rice with it. Greenwood. Alexander-Arnold. Mason Greenwood. Abraham. Making use of his physical strength to hang on to it. Tammy Abraham. On to Abraham. A chance to whip it in. Abraham. What can he do from here? And now with Abraham. Tammy Abraham. Every pass hitting its target. Abraham. And the final whistle, the cup issue is settled. A story of one side celebrating and the other distraught. And Lee, memories are being made.
Yeah, absolutely. It doesn't matter how much money you've got in the bank. Players will always look back at moments like these. These moments where you pick trophies up and win medals. Absolutely brilliant for this group of players.
Yeah, you can see what it means to this tight-knit team. Real solidarity.
Well, it's these moments, Derek, when you get your hands on the silverware and that little medal that goes round your neck might seem small now, but you'll look back at that, show your grandkids. Absolutely superb memories these players will have of this game.
Yes, a special moment in the career of any footballer. And now for the trophy lift itself. The cup winners.
Yeah, it's been a long old road to get to this point. They're going to celebrate now and certainly celebrate long into the night, I think.
There's always the element of chance in a cup competition. But my goodness, they've taken the rough with the smooth. And now they savour the moment. And this is really special. Getting to celebrate in front of your own fans, Lee.
Well, it's giving something back. These fans have travelled all over the place following their team. Now they get to join in the celebrations, go into the crowd and give them the cup. That's what I say.
Well, then it might never find its way to the trophy cabinet, Lee.